Hi everyone, this is Neil Writer, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. We have here a patient who attended with a blocked right ear, and I'm just performing microsuction, trying to remove this plug of wax and skin that's blocking their right ear. And this plug of wax and dead skin is actually larger than the entrance of this patient's ear canal. Our ear canals are not constant cylindrical tubes. In fact, they're oval shaped to begin with, and they have a couple of bends, and the diameter of both the height and the width of the ear canal can vary along different parts of the ear canal as we go towards the eardrum. So the widest region of the ear canal normally is the entrance of the ear canal, and then about 1/2 centimetre into the ear canal where the first bend is, the ear canal narrows up to the second bend, which is about a further 1/2 centimetre or centimetre past. So that's a narrowing. Then the ear canal widens again, and then once more as it arrives towards the eardrum about 1/2 centimetre away, it can narrow. So you can see the anatomy of the ear can vary immensely, not only from individual to individual, but between ears. So your right and left ear, similar to our feet, I suspect, there can be big differences. And in this particular case, this plug of wax and dead skin had formed, but it failed to migrate, and it could be in part because they've got a narrow entrance to the ear, so the plug itself physically wasn't able to come away. And the term microsuction, some of you may be wondering, why do we call it microsuction? And there's two schools of thoughts here. The first school of thought is earwax was normally, when you perform suction, it was done under using a microscope. So the specialist would visualize the inside of your ear using a microscope, hence the term microsuction. Another school of thought is the suction probe that we use to vacuum the earwax out of your ear is very, very small, it's very thin. So the term micro can be used to describe the size of the suction probe. So there's a couple of schools of thoughts and suggestions. I suspect there's validity in both. But yes, that's why it's called microsuction, if anyone wondered. And I'm now just using a fine end suction probe. So this suction probe that I'm using now is even narrower and smaller than the original one that I was using, called the Zollner suction probe. There are different suction probes that you can use. So typically for earwax removal, it's the Zollner suction probe, but then there's many different types of suction probes available. The other ones that come to mind are the Fraser suction probe and the McGill. They have larger diameters, are generally longer in length as well. But the Zollner suction probe, it's just perfect for earwax removal. The tube itself is around, I believe, 9.5 centimetres and around 3 centimetres from the tip. So the tip of the suction probe is what you can see on screen. 3 centimetres away from that, there's a 30-degree bend on this particular Zollner suction probe. There's a bit of variation. I know some Zollner suction probes that have a 35-degree bend. And then you've got a handle attached. And so the entire length, when you incorporate the handle, could be up to 14 or 15 centimetres. And the handle, which is a hollow handle, so wax gets sucked up the tube, into the hollow handle, and the end of the handle is connected to a suction pipe, almost like a hose pipe